Alright, not sure about the lighting. Just to give you an idea of what I'm looking to do. I'm down at the south corner of my property, and the white flags are where I want to put the fence. Over on this side, I'm going to do cattle panel. Across here is going to be a gate coming out to here because I'm still on my property. I just want to fence this in because there's that utility pole there. And then over here is going to be post and rail along the front. Right down here, oh goodness gracious, soft spot. Right down here on this hillside here, right next to the fence, I'm going to plant my blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries, and what else? I did find out today that the comm lines are in a very inconvenient spot, running pretty much smack dab in the middle of where I was hoping to run power eventually, because what I want to do is right now my power comes off of that pole there and goes off this way into a pole in my yard and then down to the house. What I want to do is eventually come off of this pole here to a ground transformer and run smack underground all the way across to the house and move the service to the south side of the house from the north side. Don't know if that's going to be possible with the comm lines running where they are. No word on the water yet. Don't know if it's going to be down here close to the road or it's going to be up here under my berm. This ditch down here, I think that's part of it's mine, part of it's right of way, but what I'm going to do as soon as it dries out, I'm going to get my leaf blower down there and suck up all those dead leaves. Then I will put some landscape cloth down there, attach that to the ground up to the water line, and then put some river stone in there, the smallest being about the size of a baseball or softball, and going up from there, just enough to keep weeds down and all over the lot. So yeah, I want to put the apiary back here. All this brush is going to come out. All this is going to come out. That tree is going to stay because it's a nice big tree and it's right next to the power line. And I don't want to have to pay somebody to deal with that. So I'm going to put the apiary over here, this little corner over here, probably a couple of hives over here and a couple of hives over here. They like the facing over that, the east facing. So I'll probably do them that way. Maybe I'll just do 4 hives over here and leave that open with the cattle panel. So all this brush is coming out. Gonna leave that big tree there. There's this tree right, this tree here I'm leaving. This tree right here is dead. I gotta get that pulled down by a professional because again, it's too close to power lines overhead for me to do it myself because I can't aim. And then all this brush is gonna come out. All this brush is gonna come out. This brush back here is gonna get thinned out back to the property line with the white flags. And no, I don't have dead people in the backyard. Those are old. I got to get those pulled out too. Then over here, I'm going to walk over to the other side of the yard where I want to put the chickens. I've got random tulips coming up in my yard. I thought I had killed them all. I will dig them out this year and reseed this. More tulips over here. This was covered with crap last year and I killed it with ground clear, and boy, it just cleared the ground all out. So you can see I've already started on this brush back here. That's all got to get pulled out and shredded or chopped up into firewood depending on how big it is. Same thing with this over here. Started on this. That tree right there is going to come out as soon as I get everything out from around it. And you can see I've already started claiming some of this stuff all the way back in there, all the way right along in here, all the way back up to the corner of the road. That's all mine. I want to put the chickens out there. Probably do a retaining wall along the roads just to even everything out, then put a cattle panel across the back, post and rail against the top of the retaining wall, and a cattle panel or something similar right along in here. Maybe chicken wire and hardwood cloth combo. I'll put the coop down there in the bottom. Keep the wind off of them in the winter. And once I get all this cleared out, they'll have plenty of room to run around. Might even put a pond in there and try ducks or geese or something. Probably a goose. I'll probably buy at least one goose, maybe two. I'll just buy one, and I will name it Christmas because that's when I'm going to eat it. Let me see. Losing the light. There's the house. Hi, house. There's the front of the property. Going back along up this way. That is a dogwood. It is in an inconvenient spot as far as my fence goes, but I ain't cutting down a dogwood. That tree is going to go away as soon as I can afford to get it gone because it's intermeshed with the power line and the cable. And there was its sister tree over there that was not yet encroaching on the power and cable, so I just took care of it. I got a garden cart I just bought. Got it put together and get all this wood picked up. Carted off to my wood pile over yonder ways to be used right now in my fire pit and eventually in my outdoor kitchen setup. But that's a different video that I believe I've already talked about. So that's all I got. Gonna go ahead and sign off, and y'all have fun. Have a good night.